So my name is Gareth Burley. I'm from a company called Microcare Energy, and we are a manufacturer of inverters and solar and electronic products, and we've been doing this since 1990. So before solar was really even like a hot word in South Africa, we were already starting to manufacture inverters. And of course in the 2015-16 time during load shedding, things really boomed and changed for us, you know. So we manufacture quite a range of products, from inverters, solar controllers. We've manufactured geyser controllers over the years for a couple of companies. We have our own brand of those. Solar pump controllers, VSD, is a great way to save energy, good for solar as well. I'm here today, or this week, at Inlet to talk about the mini-grid system, becoming more and more a discussion, particularly on the continent. And we've been very fortunate to manufacture some of South Africa's first electric vehicle chargers, so solar vehicle chargers, and we have a couple of those. We're onto our 4th generation EV charger at the factory at the moment as well. It's a bit of a lonely space, manufacturing, particularly in this field. If we were manufacturing cars or something like that, there's quite a bit of collaboration and synergy. So being a manufacturer with not many around doing the same thing is a difficult space. But we're a bunch of young people who are excited about innovation and R&D and developing a proudly South African product. We've got a very high local content, so we've always thrived on that, although the nostalgia of proudly South African products doesn't always come through for people. We tend to, in a sluggish economy, go for cheapest. So it's been a challenging ride, and there's no doubt about it. But we're motivated by the good story that comes with manufacturing. Think about local development from the economy perspective, creating jobs and developing skills. You know, these are skills that you can't get at a varsity. You're going to come to a factory and learn them. So to innovate and dream is a wonderful thing. So we certainly need a lot more of that. If we can create more manufacturing innovative opportunities like this, just think about the jobs we could create, the skills we could be developed. Our young people will be excited to be part of, you know, these things and being in our country as well. So I think it's vital that we've got to stimulate local manufacturing. There's got to be greater incentive for local manufacturing as well. And in terms of renewable energy, we know there's added benefits to that, you know, from terms of our energy crisis, sustainable future. We can talk about carbon footprints and all those things if we want to, but let's talk about where the rubber hits the road right now. From an economic perspective, we're in a crisis. We're in an energy crisis as well, but from an economic perspective, we need a drastic turnaround, a strategy that's really going to turn things for us, and manufacturing holds a key in many areas for that really to be unlocked. Yeah. So I'm at Inlet because we're featuring one of our newer products. Although it's got a heritage from the 1990s, essentially it's our inverter, but upscaled into a mini-grid system. So a couple of things really exciting about what we do. We're taking our standard inverters and we're upskilling them a little bit, upsizing them, and then creating a modular mini-grid solution. It's one that can be added to or downsized even. So it's a plug-and-play as-you-go kind of system. So it's a greater power supply, create a power system anywhere, in any location. So we're pitching a 100 kilowatt containerized mini-grid system that you can be used to power a school, a hospital. We're running 2 pilot projects in the Eastern Cape at the moment for 2 hospitals. So you can literally take a container with all of our equipment inside, fetch it from our factory, put it next to the hospital, plug in the panels wherever you've installed them, on the roof or carports in this case, and then you've got power right in that location. So we're pitching for this for a couple of things. We're looking for taking this to a commercial level, so that's a finished product of 100 kilowatt, but we think probably we're going to need more and more certification as well. So there's no certification for this. So we'd actually like to write certification. We'd like to develop the standards based on local products for this kind of solution. So that's what we're going to be sharing about here at Inlet. Yeah, so our product is transformer based, so it's robust, but that means also that it can't just be made into like megawatts. So our limit is about 250 kilowatts. That's what we're comfortable with. Probably can go a bit bigger, but 250 kilowatts is a nice one container kind of solution that can be used. And if we look at the kind of applications that we're thinking of, schools, hospitals, complexes, new business parks, 250 kilowatts is more than enough power. So it's very scalable in that regard. So you can start at 50 kilowatts, you can go up to 100, and so on, as per budget, as per roof requirements, space. So it's an adaptable product. We call it a modular mini grid, so that you can modularize it, you can customize it as you go. So there's not a one size fits all in energy. It can really be customized as per your energy requirements. So what's really nice about this is that this has got a very high local content in South Africa. So our factory is based in the old Port Elizabeth, now called Gqeberha, Nelson Mandela Bay. Others sometimes refer to it. And the idea is that the IP and all of the technology, the innovation, the R&D sits there. But our hope is really to be able to set up manufacturing assembly plants in Cape Town, Durban, Johannesburg, into Africa as well. If you've got the foundation and the IP based down in this one factory, then you're able to, instead of shipping completed products, you could do assembly, creating jobs, creating employment, creating factories across the continent with localized solutions that are really tailor-made for African situations. The grid here is very unstable, so these products are really tailor-made for our scenario. So what a great way to create jobs, set up factories. Wouldn't that be awesome? Across the continent with proudly South African or proudly African products designed for our energy requirements.